What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Monday Night. The most seen show on Monday night is with Brick Johnson on Conqueror TV. Tonight, I have a new recruit. Someone that's been here just a little bit here in VOA and HSP. It is BOSSALINE!
Hello. How y'all doing?
How we doing there, BOSSALINE?
I'm good.
I'll let you properly introduce yourself to everybody here on Conqueror TV with HSP. If they don't know who you are, I'll let you do a proper introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is BOSSALINE. I am the man that put the asses in the seats. I am the show stealer, the showstopper. I am the man that comes out and makes everything that much proper. I am a multi-time champion around the promo world, but now I have stepped foot in HSP. I am the boss, one half of the shot callers here in HSP, so you better get ready to get to know us real well.
Woo-wee. And I love that title that you got over your shoulder, too. What do we have there?
Well, BOSSALINE is one half of the tag team champions in wrestling, Mark, so I am one half of the tag champions, and I do carry my tag title very well.
You guys see him as well. He's a boss. We know exactly what he does. He's the top of the food chain. He wants to be the top of the food chain. That's why he's the boss, BOSSALINE. How did you get into promos?
Well, the thing is with BOSSALINE, I've been a guy. I sat back and I allowed other people to do my dirty work. I allowed them to go out and let them fight. I let them become champions. So it was time for me to step out of the shadows, step into the light, and take things on the shoulder of myself. So that's how the boss became into the promo world.
Very nice. So you're like a silent partner for some people. You let them kind of do it like, hey, I'm not the one that did it. They did it, but yet they follow what you said, kind of thing, right?
Exactly. Boss never had to get his hands dirty.
Exactly. That's why they call you boss. How did you come up with the name BOSSALINE?
Well, if you actually look it up, BOSSALINE means that he's the boss of all bosses. So at the end of the day, I don't have to answer to nobody, and I call my own shots.
Okay. So how long have you been in the promo game?
BOSSALINE, I've only been in the promo game. BOSSALINE, I've only been here for about a year.
Okay. What's your biggest achievement? Is it that tag team title right there?
Oh, no. BOSSALINE's biggest achievement would have to be the Fatal Fantasy promo champion.
Okay. What promotion was that in?
Fatal Fantasy Wrestling means that I was the top of their promo world.
Ooh,
I was their initial promo champion.
It's always going to have achievement as being like the inaugural champion, just like we have here with our, only Heart champion is our storyteller. He's the inaugural. We also have the inaugural Soulfire champion too. Mr. Hollywood Haywood. If you had a chance, which one of those champions at the moment would you face?
Well, because BOSSALINE has never been the face of a company, I would have to go after the storyteller. I would have to go after the man who is the face of HSP, the top dog, the man that when you say Heart and Soul Production, that's the man that you're supposed to think of. So I do give respect to the storyteller because they line him up and he knocks him down.
Yes.
But my goal is to make sure that ends real soon.
All right. Now, you had your first match here. Kind of tell us what happened there and how your thoughts are, because you did lose, but it wasn't by a lot. How did your first match go here in HSP?
Well, when it's a debut match, you never know what's going to happen, especially when your opponent is also having their debut match. The difference is I came in here and I came out here and I came to talk about what happened, what I'm going to do here in the HSP. I didn't care about any other Fed, anything that happened anywhere else. And of course, my opponent, he reached out and he looked at every other place that we've been and he wanted to speak on that. At the end of the day, he got the win. I took the loss, and guess what? I'm still here and I'm still smiling and I'm still pushing forward.
Yes. And like Dr. Quack said right there, if you have any questions for me or for Boss, let us know right in the comments. We'll definitely go through the questions. How did you get involved with HSP? Just kind of, we'll go a little backwards and then we'll go a little forwards here.
Okay, so I could have said that my side partner brought me into HSP, but let's be real and I'm going to be honest. Ivan Rage's money didn't go to a charity. That was part of the BOSSALINE signing bonus.
Okay.
Because, you know, they broke the bank signing Hollywood and A-lister, but they needed just a little more star power. You know, and I've seen all these stars aligning over here in HSP. So when Quack said, "Boss, what do you think about coming over here?" I said, this is the perfect time for Boss to show exactly what he's made of. Because you got champions from so many different federations competing here. You know, so you got the FTW champion. You got the Revolution champion. You got the BOH champion. You know, so all these champions, the PPW champion, there's so many champions out here that I just could not resist coming out here to see how I stack up against the very best.
Now, you also do have a tag team match coming up here soon. Now, what is your, I'm sorry. It's you and A-List, but what was the name again?
We are the Shot Callers, baby.
And you're going against who in your tag team match?
We're going against the Hodge and Haywood connection. You know, Hollywood and Hodge. So, you know, it's an era of revenge for both of us. You know, because Hollywood got to win over A-List and Hodgson just got to win over me. So now it's time for them to see exactly what happens when the shot callers are on their A game.
We actually have someone here in the comments that's actually going to be your next opponent too. We got Heathen here. We also have Mary Sue. So you got a match coming up here on March 3rd. Boss versus Heathen on March 3rd for the Locker Room Rumble. What's your thoughts on that?
Heathen. Now Heathen's a very tough competitor. You know, he's been around the promo world. He's done so many things. So it's gonna be an honor. It's gonna be a pleasure to go head to head with him. But don't think I'm gonna leave anything on the table. I'm gonna bring everything I got to lay him out, to move on, to face off against the storyteller. So yes, I am excited for this match. I am ready for this match. And Heathen, where you been, boy? I've been looking for you.
Yeah, I've seen like you've put out a hype already on the page. You know, you're the boss. That's you know, that's what you got to do. Who would you say is your dream opponent here in HSP? Like, who do you want to? Who's someone that you would like to face in a dream match?
See, here in HSP, who would I want to face in a dream match? A lot of people may not understand why I'm about to say this, but I want to face Maverick. Maverick is HSP born and raised. He's homegrown talent. So I want to be able to face Maverick and show him.
What would be like the stipulation in that match? Like, what kind of stipulation?
I mean, me personally, it could be a regular one-on-one match, because right now, outside of title matches, Maverick has not lost a match. And not lost a single match. So what a notch in my cap would it be to defeat the homegrown boy who has never lost a single match?
No, I definitely understand that. You know, real quick, we do got to pay the bills, so we're going to go to a commercial break, and we will be right back.
Coming this fall to Heart and Souls Promotions.
That's right. You just saw our commercials. You could go to redbubble.com, search Heart and Soul Fed. You could get the shirt like I do, Promo Adonis, or you could get BOSSALINE's or anybody's on there. Also, thank you to Crystal Infinity as well. And we do have a new show coming on Tuesday nights with Tin Man. And then if you have any ideas for promos, you can talk to Dr. Quack or Mr. Mayhem. But if you have any ideas for merch, you can go with Mike Matos, and he'll definitely help you out with the ideas. Now, kind of circle it back around. Tuesday nights with Tin Man will be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Another question here. What happens if you win your match with Heathen and then have to face your partner, A-List?
The question that has been floating around the promo universe. What would happen if I have to face off against my partner, my brother, another shot caller? Well, at the end of the day, we both know that we both came in this federation to win titles. So if we have to face off to win that title, we will do so. But if we both make it into that match, That means that instead of a 25% chance of a shot caller becoming champion, it becomes a 50% chance, which means that's just that much more time that a shot caller can walk away with the gold. So I will have no problem facing my brother, because at the end of the day, we both know that we came here for that, but we'll still be a team at the end of the day.
Okay. Now, as a promo artist, you're probably, a fan of wrestling. When did you get into watching wrestling, and who do you like kind of base Bossalini off?
See, now that's a good question. I've been a wrestling fan and been in wrestling since before the Attitude Era. I was in the old era, when Hulkamania was running wild. And you had why everybody was on Team Hogan and all that. I was running with, the perfect one. The man who can get it done and had a brash and arrogance right along with it. Now, who is Bossalini based off of? I have no idea. Bossalini is Bossalini. He's not, some people say that they can see a hint of the Rock in there because of the cockiness and the arrogance that I have. But just like The Rock, the question is it cockiness? Is it arrogance when you had a proof to show that you're able to do it?
Well, if you could back it up, then I would say confidence instead of cockiness. Yeah. Is there something that you want to everybody to know that people really don't know about Bossalini?
Well, you got to understand, Bossalini is always a businessman. So there's always a plan in action. I'm working deals all the time, signing clients. So sometimes your best friend can end up being your worst enemy if you're messing with Bossalini. You just got to understand that nothing's easy, The shot callers, we already know that money's not an issue for us because we're both well off. We're both well endowed in more ways than one. But financially stable, definitely. Do we come out like the Horsemen with Lear jets and limousines? Nah, I don't need the limousines. I don't need to be a limousine riding. I'd rather pull up in my Maserati and just chill out.
All right. So now you got, that beautiful title over your shoulder. Do you have I got a nice little collection back here, but I know Bossalini's a boss, so I'm pretty sure you have a big collection because you're a boss. Kind of take us through
that. Collection, yes. And the thing is, titles, it doesn't just stop with, titles like this, because Bossalini has his own customized titles, like when I became the Outbreak champion and Revolution, I had the title that was talked about, the must-see title, the Bossalini Outbreak title. So that title still sits there, and I look at it daily, and it lets you know that when you're a boss, you make your own moves, and you show why you're better than everybody else, because you don't walk around with the regular. You come out and you make it spectacular.
Would you say is that your prized possession, or what would be your prized possession title?
That's a good question. Prized possession title. I don't know, because all of them are special to me. You sit one down, grab another. This here, that's my Fatal Fantasy World Heavyweight title. Beautiful title. Nice big gold belt showing that when you're a champion, you can make things happen. So my favorite title of all of them might be the one that I didn't win, but it was gifted to me from a promo artist for me having his back and showing him that you never have to go it alone. And that might be my 7 title.
Okay. I think some of us know who 7 is. That is pretty cool. I definitely respect that. So where is BOSSALINE at? Other than HSP, what other promotions are you with?
Ooh, BOSSALINE. I am with Revolution, WGP. Of course, I'm with HSP, Elite Marks, Wrestling Marks, and Fatal Fantasy Wrestling. So
Alright. You know what?
I'm
Good.
pretty spread thin over the promo world, but I gotta make an impact. Some places need me to keep the lights on.
Completely understand that. I mean, I don't get paid here because they had to buy big contracts like yours and a couple others. I just do this for internship, I guess. That's what I was told at first. Now I'm here. But let's go back to your next match you got coming up. What's your final thoughts on Heathen and that match that's coming up?
Heathen is he's a tough, intense opponent. I've seen Heathen's work. But the one thing that I see still sitting in the back of his mind is, has he truly recovered from the purge? That big blemish on his record. Has he got over it?
All right. Well, I want to go to our final thoughts. I want to say, thank you for coming on here. Thank you, HSP, for letting me do, Conqueror TV on Mondays. But really quick, where can we find, we already talked about the promotions. Is there anything else, anywhere else we could find BOSSALINE?
Right now, outside of the promo world, you can always find my merch on Redbubble. So buy my merch. Because BOSSALINE has 3 different sets of merch out there in Redbubble. So just look out for it. You got a couple of them with my face, and then you got some with my logo, just the logo. Because you got to make official boss moves.
And then do you have any other matches coming up other than the one on the 3rd?
I have the match on the 3rd, but then I have a awesome match in Revolution on the 6th. It is a 6-man tag match where the Era of Reality is teaming up with their Outbreak champion, Toastadamus, where they're going against 3 guys, and that's what they call them. They call it like 3 guys, but instead they're going against the shot callers. They're going against BOSSALINE, A-List Alverson, and Bad Superman. So there's the shot callers is going to be going against the Era of Reality and some bum on the 6th. But if I'm correct, on the 26th, I am also in a triple threat match against Big Sweet, A-List Alverson, and myself. The winner gets, how can I say this? Get to call their own shot at what champion they want to face. Okay. And that's in WGP.
All right. Well, I do want to thank you. Right before we wrap this up, do you have anything for our fans or anybody in the locker room that you want to say right before we end this?
Well, without making it seem like I'm an arrogant bastard, it's a pleasure to be here in HSP. Heathen, if you don't bring your best, it's gonna be bad for you. Because you gotta understand, my first match here, I lost. So only place I can go is up.
Yep.
And that's the way the boss like to do. He likes to start from the bottom and move all the way up to the top. So don't become a stepping stone. Make it worth something.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you for coming on tonight there, BOSSALINE. You've heard it from my guests. It was a great interview. Thank you, HSP. Thank you to our sponsors. That's been Conqueror TV. I'm Brick Johnson, and we'll see you next week.